Hey, what's up, people? Happy Monday. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing this video I'm getting ready to do for a long time. I said, well, let me just go ahead and do it because, I don't know, I know a lot of people might not agree with it, and to be honest with you, a lot of people is like, kind of saying, because the last couple of videos, I was like, I guess I've been lucky if I get like 5 views, so who knows how many people are going to see this, but it's about Beyonce. Oh, and before I start, let me give a special shout out to Nikki. Even though I'm talking about Beyonce in this video, and I might see a lot of great things about Beyonce, you're still number one as far as I'm concerned, so don't get it twisted. But anyway, point is Beyonce. Beyonce as a moral role model. I know a lot of women don't like Beyonce. I've heard women from all kinds of stuff say stuff about Beyonce, and usually when I hear that, I don't say nothing because a lot of it I already know has to do kind of with jealousy, because she's a beautiful, sexy girl, and like a lot of that stuff I hear, negative stuff, it's not, it's really like, they look at her as like, and they might be right, they look at her as the chick that most guys be out looking at, like, yo, if I could trade her for the woman I got now, yeah, if I could trade her for you, I'd do that in the blink of an eye. Yeah, a lot of guys do think like that. I mean, even take Beyonce without the money, she's so beautiful and sexy, a lot of cats be like, yo, I'll take her in a split second, dump the one I got. And a lot of women probably, they probably like, that's where the jealousy comes from. Now, there are a lot of other women, they just look at her as like, look, she's always in the videos wearing skimpy stuff, dancing around and things like that. Well, yeah, Beyonce, if she would have just like put on just like regular clothes, just stand there and sing, she'd probably still make money. She probably wouldn't make as much money because she does dance music, she's a performance artist. I mean, in my opinion, music's not great. It's kind of like girl power oriented and stuff, but it's not that bad either. But anyway, back to the point of her being a moral role model, because like I said, being she wears skimpy outfits and stuff like that during her videos. That's just like to sell the video, to sell like the image. That's the image she has. A lot of people think she's like a bad role model, but when I actually been over the years looking at her, right, and I'm just like, right, she's done. Alright, when her image off camera, right? In fact, I've even noticed when she does like her tour, she says like the Mrs. Carter tour, like she gives her husband's last name to her. Like some dudes might be like, yo, that means Jay-Z got it locked down, but maybe he does have it locked down, and maybe that's just how she feels about marriage. She wants people to know that, yo, I'm a married woman, and let's be real. I mean, she got married, then she had a child, which is, I hate to say this, a lot of black women don't do that. I'll have a child, pretty much damn near anybody, and then try to find a husband after they had the child for a dude who doesn't think she's worth marrying. So I don't see why she wouldn't be a positive role model in that part. And another thing that she never said this, right? Mariah Carey was on an interview one time. She had gone out on she went to Vin Diesel's house or something like that to talk to him. They were trying to find out whether she's romantically linked to him, and she was like, look, just because she talked to somebody or sees somebody here and there doesn't mean she's having sex with anybody. She said that she could count all the men she's been with on one hand. And I was like, whoa. I mean, she basically, she basically let it know that her numbers are low, so she's still valuable. And that makes me think of a woman who actually sent me an email like last week talking about how she's a virgin and the men don't respect that. And I have to admit, it looks like there's a lot of whole worship going around. It's like I was actually going to do a video about Nicki Minaj, but she did. I actually don't like Nicki Minaj, but she did a video. She like put out a Twitter picture where she just like had her hair covered up her breast, and I have to admit that picture turned me on. Like, that's not the first time I've seen her with it. Thing where she just had her breast covered up and like with her hands or something like that. And those pictures, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But for some reason, that picture she did last week kind of turned me on. I was like, yo, all right now. If she'd ran up on me, like, that it would have been on the crack, you know what I'm saying? But I actually don't even know her reputation. I don't know whether she's one of those run-through chicks that's been run through by the industry or what. Because I have to admit, I don't like her. First time I heard her music, I was like, I think the first 2 times I heard, they both sound like trash to me, so she's more or less like, eye candy. I know a lot of women go like, oh, that's all fake and plastic. Yeah, I know it's all fake and plastic, but that what she did last, what was it, Thursday or Friday, that I have to admit, that did turn the brother on. But yeah, but when you look at Kim Kardashian, even when you look at Rihanna, as beautiful as Rihanna is, her reputation, and like, it's not just Chris Brown, with Chris Brown, Drake, and all that. It's not even just those cats. A lot of cats are supposed to hit that. Let's put it that way. So her numbers might be kind of high, and they might not be high, but it just seems that way. She seems like she'll, by the time she's 30, she'll be like a chick that's been run through by the industry. But Beyonce, I got to admit, like, I actually lost my point. Thing is, Mariah Carey said she can count all the number of men she's been with one hand. I think if you actually pressed Beyonce, I think she could probably say the same thing. I mean, I don't know what her reputation was in Houston and all of that, but she just gives me the impression of a girl who doesn't jump around with a whole bunch of different men. In fact, from what I hear, I don't know the reason why Jay-Z went to marry her, and he, like, everyone, like, in the industry, like it said that when he went to marry her, he started dumping all his, like, chicks on the side and all of that. I think she told him, like, yo, this ain't gonna last. We ain't gonna be playing this game forever. If you don't marry me, this ain't happening. I think she laid it down, like, threw down the gauntlet. He was like, oh shit, yo, I'll stick. And that was a good move for him because, look, like, Jay-Z would never be in the White House or even be mentioning President Obama's name if it wasn't for Beyonce. But that was only like not a good relationship move. That was kind of like a good business move, a good social move for him. He kind of climbed the social ladder by marrying her. But that's getting off topic anyway. But I'm just saying, to me, like I said, a lot of women I think might be a little jealous of because she's beautiful and stuff like that. But when you look at her, she's kind of done a lot of the right things. She's done things the way that she got married to the man. I don't know if she made him marry or told him, like, through that I'm going to tell me better marry. But he married her. Then after he married, she had the kids. And he's not disrespecting her. She's not disrespecting him. And to me, what she does when she's off stage and all of that, she just seems like kind of a respectable woman to me. I mean, I know lately some people might say, oh, they trying to flaunt their wealth and all that. And I don't know, I guess if you're in that kind of situation, you might want to do that a little bit. But I'm just thinking to me, a lot of women talk bad about it. But, I'm like, all right, if I had a daughter, would I want my daughter to be like her? Or would I want my daughter to grow up to be like Rihanna? It would definitely, if I had a choice between her and Rihanna, it'd be her. Would I want my daughter to be like Nicki Minaj? Be like her. And there's even Halle Berry, even before she was getting married, Halle Berry has a reputation for being with a lot of cats. I mean, her numbers, like, she could never tell a dude she could count every man she's ever been with on one hand. It's like, by the time she finally got married, it's like, you'd have had a couple of hands to count the number of men she's been with. And, even though she's beautiful and has a reputation for being a sweet girl, she has a reputation for being with a lot of cats. And, I mean, not like electing her to be the role. I mean, even when you look at Oprah, she's had like a boyfriend for like about 50 years or something like this. Now it's like, hold up. I mean, like, she's a good role model as far as like a businesswoman in power and all of that stuff. But she's not married and she doesn't have any kids. She's supposed to have like a boyfriend. I mean, I'm pretty sure Oprah would tell any other woman, how you gonna have a boyfriend for like 20 or 50 years or whatever? If that dude ain't married, you like dump him and just like, so I mean, yeah, I could say Michelle Obama. That she's definitely. I mean, she married the man, married a successful man over Barack Obama, had kids with the man after she got married and stuff like that. I can't really use her. I mean, she's definitely used as a moral role model. But the reason why I don't use her in this cause, she's not the woman that every cat wants. She's a decent looking woman, but she's not Beyonce. She doesn't have she's not the girl that the dudes are like, I'll take my. Well, anyway, I think people know what I'm saying without me getting into it further. I mean, I respect the lady. I'm not going to go anything further than that. But, I don't know whether I'm throwing it out there as an option. I'm just trying to say that I think she gets a rap. I'm not, trust me, I'm not a Beyonce fan, waving pom-poms or anything like that for Beyonce. But I'm just like looking at her and I'm just like, when people really want to look at chicks, I think you could really use her as like a role model of morality because, like, the reputation of black women, the reputation of black men is like trash. That's we already know that. I mean, people look at us as great athletes and stuff like that, but our reputations is pretty bad. And I think our reputation of our women, black women, is like, it's not worse than ours, but it's pretty bad too, and it shouldn't be that way. Back in the day, when our reputation's been bad for a long time, the black men's reputation was like further, like up there. They were upstanding women, but that's not how they're viewed with all these abortions and STD stats and all these crazy stats. They'll come up, out of wedlock children, all of that, and the reputation of black women is just looking rough. And I know a lot of black men, what about black men? Yeah, our reputation has been bad for like a long time. As long as I can remember, our reputation has been blasted. But I'm like, that's basically my point. Is like, I think people should like stop and take a second look at her and say like, hey, maybe they should. In fact, I put that picture of her with the short locks. I'm like, look at her, even with the short hair, she's like very beautiful. She looks really good. So I don't think people should like, a lot of people, they say, if I say something, they'll say, oh, you like, people look at me as a dude who like passes judgment or judgmental type cat and all of that. But people are real judgmental when it comes to this chick. They say that she's trying to show off her body, using her body and stuff like that to make money. But I'm just like, hey, I think she's probably a little bit more respectable than a lot of people give her credit for, and maybe people should look at them like, hey, even though she does that in her industry, she kind of, to me, she has like and I forgot to even mention the part about Jay-Z. I mean, she married Jay-Z, a former drug dealer, right? I don't even know if I mentioned that already, but when she got with him, he wasn't a drug dealer. In fact, by the time she and him got together, I think he was already well established in the music industry. And, it wasn't like now, am I to say she wouldn't have got with him when he was a drug dealer? I don't know. I think that, my personal feeling, she might have gotten with him with a drug dealer, but I think just like when Puffy was going out with Jennifer Lopez and when they had that shootout at the nightclub, as soon as that was over, Jennifer Lopez was out of there. I think if she'd have got with Jay-Z while he was a drug dealer, the moment that drug dealing situation turned from being a party type situation to being like really real, I think she would have done the same thing to Jennifer Lopez. She'd be like, oh, hold up, I'm out of here. Gunfire, the police, forget all that stuff. So that's my impression of like, So, but anyway, like I said, only a handful of people listen to my videos anyway. But even if, I know women probably wouldn't agree with this if they heard it. But I kind of look at it like, I think some people should, because some of the women I've heard talk about her, they're some of these women I've heard talk, not all the women who talk about her are religious women. The women who talk bad about her have like been ran through, got babies by multiple different guys, never been married in their lives. I'm just looking at them like, well, damn, you're talking bad about this chick, but she's done a lot of things right, and you've done some things wrong. I don't say this out loud, of course, but I'm just like, hey, I don't know, it's just something that's been on my mind, and maybe I'm just rambling. But anyway, thanks for listening, people. Hope you have a good week. Peace.